Hi, I'm Paula Fry. For about 2 years, I have done nothing with my emergency kit. And I'm off work right now due to the coronavirus, and so I thought I'm going to spend a little time going through our emergency kit. And if you don't have one, you really do need one. And you know, most of the items you probably have around your home, you just don't have it all together. In an emergency, you may have to take it quick, or you may have to stay in your basement or an area, a safe zone, and so you need that emergency kit. I got this book quite a few years ago. It's called Are You Ready? And I think they have, Red Cross has an app, website, and Ready.gov has another one that lists all the things that you need in your emergency kit. I just want to show you what I keep in mind, might give you some ideas. And this says Basic Disaster Supply Kit, Supplies Kit. And the first thing they say is a 3-day supply of non-perishable food. And in Wyoming, we keep more food than that. Sometimes we're in snowstorms. Sometimes I-80's been closed 50-something times this winter. So we try to keep a good supply of food and paper products and everything just because of where we live. So I would think you need more than a 3-day supply, and depending on how many members are in your family. I know a lot of people in this area are Mormon, and they keep a 7-day supply of food and they rotate it. So I think you need more than a 3-day supply. Just let me show you some of the things that a few years ago I bought this Mountain House Just In Case disaster assortment. I believe it's freeze-dried, it lasts for 25 years, and there's packets of food in here. And I think you just add water to them, warm water. Another thing that I think would be great is just put things that you like that don't go bad. I like this Orchard Valley Harvest Heart Healthy Blend. It's got nuts and cranberries and stuff. You can have soups. We like clam chowder. I keep coffee and the things we like in a coffee, and you have to have a can opener because your electric can opener may not work if your electricity goes out. And there's just a whole lot of other things, peanut butter, crackers, all those things would be good to have an emergency kit. They'd be quick and easy, you wouldn't have to cook. You also need water, and like I said, I think you need more than a 3-day supply of water. But I have this container in case I need to fill it up somewhere or fill it up here at the house. I have 2 cases of Aquafina. We have distilled water because we need distilled water. But I would just keep a good supply of water in your home and rotate it, use it. You can also buy a distiller online. I think they're about $200. But they last for years, and you can make distilled water every day. That's what I drink because I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it works great for me. Another thing that you may, to cook your food, if you want to warm up your soup, I bought this. It's a Sterno portable folding stove, and you can set it up anywhere and make coffee. I have the Sterno little containers, and I think you need to replace these every so many years, and I think I do need to replace those. I also have Magic Heat. This is a little stove, and I think I need to get some more Magic Heat, but it says it's 6 hours of heat and burns up to 3 times longer and safer than alcohol gel fuels. So those are 2 things that I've had in my emergency kit for a while. We do have stoves in the garage with common fuel and different things, but we don't keep them in our basement where we keep all that stuff together in our garage so we can get to them quickly. We have a porta potty and you know, emergency stuff in the garage that we don't want to keep in our home. Another thing that you need are first aid kits. This one's tiny. I probably need to get a bigger one. We do have bigger ones in our vehicles, but you need to have a first aid manual too. Now you can get one on your phone, but if your phone battery is dead and you can't get on your phone, you may want to have a first aid book to refer to in case of emergency. You know, what we're finding more and more that our healthcare system gets overwhelmed in emergencies. So sometimes we've got to be prepared to take care of ourselves. So I would recommend that. Another thing that I use a lot are essential oils, and I have 3 little roller bottles. This one is itch relief if you get a bug bite, itch anywhere. This is great, it really does help. I have one that is, it's a bug repel. If, you know, right now in Wyoming we don't have too much problem with bugs, but during the winter, I mean during the summer, you're going to have mosquitoes, and then everybody's going to be worried about the West Nile virus and the bird flu and everything. I also keep On Guard and Breathe essential oils in my kit, just so I have those. And the other thing, kind of in my first aid kit, I have traditional medicinal teas, echinacea plus elderberry. I have tummy tamer, nighty night, chamomile, cold care, PM. I love these teas, and they're great when you're sick. Another thing that I keep, and these are just might be fun if in a disaster you have a little sweet thing, but these are great for nausea, if you have an upset stomach, and they're great for sore throats, I think. But anyway, so that's what I keep on hand. You may have some first aid needs of your own that you have. I don't, one thing that I do need to put in here is some disinfectant spray. I don't have that, so I do need to get that. You need sanitation and hygiene items. I keep these little samples. I think we bought these at Walmart, but I do keep samples when we stay at a motel. I keep the little samples that they give you and put in my kit. I've got shower gel, I've got shampoo and conditioner and cream. Also the dentist gives you these little packages of toothpaste. I keep those. I keep toothbrushes. I keep bar soap, several bar soaps. I keep dental floss, toothpicks, fingernail clippers, all of that stuff, and a hairbrush. So all of those things you would probably need in your kit, and you may have other needs too. Matches, you need matches in a waterproof container. I have a magnesium fire starter in here too. I've never used it. I don't know if I can use it, but I imagine my husband would be able to. And then I have a Bic lighter in here. So this, you know, to light your sterno and to light, you know, maybe you have to build a fire to stay warm. These would really come in handy. They recommend that you have a whistle, and so I don't, but I need to get one. I also recommend that if you have grandkids or children, that you put a whistle on their backpack and tell them they're just supposed to blow it in an emergency situation. It's just a good thing to have. You need extra clothing, and I think you ought to get a baggie and put extra underwear, socks. I would put a nightie, and in our climate, I would put warm clothes to make a baggie of warm clothes for each member of the family. just because you're going to need, maybe you're wet and you need dry clothes right away. That's really important. Nobody wants to be wet or in the cold without warm, dry clothes. And kitchen accessories, I've got this old-fashioned coffee pot that works on the sterno heater or on the camp stove. I've got a, this is heavy. It's probably not the best thing to have an emergency kit, but it does work really well on our camp stove. Any type of little skillet, I have a little pan also that would heat up a can of soup. I took it upstairs to wash it. Oh, and then, of course, you're going to need something to eat with. I've got plastic utensils. I've got cups. I need to get some more coffee cups and maybe put regular coffee cups down here. We used to have the camp cups that are the metal with the, and that might be a good thing to put in here because your paper or disposable coffee cups, you could just use them once and then that's all. So that's something I do need to get. Oh, and on the, I suggest that you get baby wipes. I've got wipes in here. They do dry out. One thing that you can do is mix some water and glycerin and wet them, or if you want to make them disinfectant wipes, mix alcohol, water, glycerin, and your essential oils, and you can make disinfectant wipes out of them if they've dried out. Oh, and I have wet ones in here, and I have batteries for my flashlight. You need flashlights. We just have one flashlight in here. I've got flashlights upstairs. I need to get more flashlights in our kit. I do have batteries. So you can use your baby wipes to take a bath and you'll feel better. Brush your teeth, take a bath with your baby wipes, and you'll feel great. You need photocopies of all of your credit cards, your identification, everything, in case you would, in case all of that was damaged or you were in a tornado or something. You need cash and coins. In the past, sometimes in emergency situations, I've known that gas stations and things wouldn't take credit cards, and motels and things. They wanted cash. So that is something that you might consider. I was in a snowstorm one time and couldn't get home, and my mom and I and my brother were trying to get a room in a motel, and they were demanding cash. If you didn't have cash, you had to sit in the lobby, and luckily I had enough to get us a room. But it is frightening that people take advantage of you like that, but they do. And why they didn't want a credit card, I have not a clue. You need special need items such as prescription medication, eyeglasses, contact lens solution, and hearing aids and batteries. You need to make sure you have those. And you need items for infant. If you have a baby, you need formula, diapers, bottles, and pacifiers. And any other items that you might need for your family. Some of this stuff you may not need or want, or you don't think you need, but one thing that I do have too is duct tape, and I've got rope, and that can always come in handy. I've got candles and a little candle holder, and I've got the matches to light the candle. I've got a water jug, and this is called a life straw. It's a portable water filter. It'll filter up to 1,000 liters of water and removes up to 99.99% of waterborne bacteria. So I got this online. I think I got it on Amazon. It's really a good thing to have. Also, I think it's important to have soap. So this is dish soap. You can use it for pretty much anything. I get the pure and natural dish soap. You could use it to do your laundry, so I probably would just need this, or just this. This is Modere laundry soap. I like this because it's in a small container and fits in my kit. And you need paper products and toilet paper and Kleenex, all of this stuff. Another thing that I like to have are books. I have a Bible. It's a good time to study God's Word. I've got a Reader's Digest book. I have cards. I've got dominoes. And I keep spiral notebooks. Be a good time for kids to practice their math or writing, or if you want a journal, and pens. I've got scissors. And if you live in a cold climate like we do, you need sleeping bags, warm blankets, you need warm clothes, you need boots, you need gloves, you need hats, scarves. Well, I keep all that in my car during the winter, and that's where I recommend that you keep it. But that's just because if I got stranded, I would need those things in this really cold climate. But you may want to put all that stuff in your emergency kit. If you live in a hot climate, you may want to have a tarp or an umbrella to protect you from the sun. So you've got to think about that kind of stuff. Where do you live? What do you need? And of course, in a hot climate, you'd need probably more water. And you could get some little tents. Couple of those tents. I think those little backpacking tents you can keep in your emergency kit, and it wouldn't take up much room. So make sure that you rotate your food items. All of this, the soups, everything needs to be rotated. You need to put the year that they expire on the top of the can, and if they're swelling or have rust or anything on them, please throw them away. Botulism is a huge problem with canned food, and it's not as much of a problem as it used to be, but botulism is deadly. So don't eat old food, don't eat old canned food. Rotate it. They recommend every 6 months. Go through your stuff, see what you need. Like I did, it took me 2 years, and I just haven't had time to do it lately, but I'm so glad I did, because I see that I do need several things. I need to I need more sterno. I think this is all dried up, and my wipies are dried up. So you need to, I've got paper plates and bowls. I've got plastic silverware. I've got trash baggies. I need more trash baggies. I think you probably need quite a few of these. You can even use a large trash bag. You can cut out a head and arms and use this to protect you from rain, even snow, wind.